Welcome to the Business Over Beer Happy Hour, a daily dose of support for business owners, entrepreneurs, and people passionate about what they do. Hosted by Ben Surratt, Jonathan Kaler, and Jason Knope, it's time to grab a beer, enjoy some cheer, and join together. Kick us off, Benjamin.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Business Over Beer Happy Hour. I am your co-bartender, Ben Surratt. Somewhere on the screen with me is the man of the hour, the terror of power. Some people call him the Space Cowboy. I call him Spartacus. Mr. Birthday Boy, Mr. Respect the Hair himself, Jonathan Kaler, welcome.
Woo! Wow. I am just...
Happy birthday.
I am just blown away, Ben. I feel in this room tonight. It is the happiest of happy hours. Thank you for that introduction. And I just want you to know I have led you here. You are my gangster of love. And with us, as always, the gift that keeps on giving. I know I am down tonight. Are you guys down tonight?
I am down with the KNOPP.
Yeah, you know me, Jason Knope. Welcome to Happy Hour, my friend. How you feeling tonight, man?
The introduction's getting better. Every time it's getting better. I love it.
Well, we're on video now. It feels like everybody can see me making fun of you, and you know, I'm a little self-conscious about that.
People were writing in. They were complaining, weren't they?
Yeah, well, I wanted to get out ahead of that. But hey, this is Happy Hour, and one of the happiest guys we know is joining us. Knope, why don't you give us an introduction?
We have Joey Yourchek of Elfin Services here with us tonight. Thank you for going live with us.
Well, this has been already so much fun. So I'm excited to be here.
Awesome, Joey, man. Thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate the time. We appreciate the work that you do, and I'm excited to get into that. So let's just kind of start there. Give us, you know, the 50,000-foot view of your business and what you're into.
Yeah, so Elfin Services, so I'm the agency administrator, and we basically help support seniors in their own homes to help them remain independent and maintain autonomy.
Awesome.
So you've had some changes, I'm assuming, with your...
Is there something going on at the moment? I'm not sure.
Ben, Joey doesn't read the news. He has no idea what's going on.
I'm oblivious, man. I'm just here in my own...
So just tell what has been the biggest impact for your business right now?
Sure. Well, and obviously we've all been talking about, obviously COVID-19. I'll say when it first started a few weeks ago, it certainly was a concerning time, and obviously as an agency that sends caregivers into people's homes, obviously there's always a bit of a risk there, and so I think that it's just been the biggest thing for us has been just making sure to continue communicating as a team and making sure that we're all doing the best that we can to follow universal precautions and make sure our caregivers are remembering to stay safe and remembering to stay in. I guess my kitty decided to join us. That's Miss.
Welcome to the program, Miss.
Hello, Miss.
It's funny because I wondered if she was going to join me or not. But, obviously that's been, one of those things that as an essential healthcare worker, home caregivers are still, are still going into people's homes. People still need care at home. And so, I think from our end, it's more about how to be proactive and how to remind your team to follow those universal precautions and remember to wash your hands and, sanitize spaces. And when you're out there, make sure you wipe everything down. And, we've got a great system in place where every time a person is showing up to a shift, they're being reminded of wash your hands and make sure you wash them for 20 seconds and, kind of trying to remind them of all the things that they should be doing just to help from, preventing the spread of. And that's been kind of the biggest change, is just more of that communication with the team and making sure they understand what we're supposed to be doing as healthcare workers.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Well, we'll get into more of kind of like what you do with your business. Like, we'll get into that. But Jonathan,
it's happy hour.
Dude, I'm thirsty.
Me too, man. Me too. I have, this is the happy hour, and I have got the bar in front of me. Well, first of all, I just want to say I'm wearing the Sprecher jacket.
Oh,
Sprecher,
dude, you do.
out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
That is awesome.
Sprecher is the first beer that led me to my love of craft beer. This was a birthday present to myself in 2011 when my wife took me to Milwaukee for the weekend for my birthday. So I'm wearing my Sprecher birthday jacket.
Awesome.
I've got a very special gift from Ben's wife and, of course, the whole Surratt clan. So the Crater Lake Reserve Dry Gin. Most people don't know this, but I do like the occasional sip of gin. And the Surratts brought me an Angie's Mystery Gin today. So I am sipping on the Crater Lake Reserve, their small batch. It's a very citrusy gin. It's really nice.
Yeah.
So deviating a little bit from the norm, but Ben, cheers to you, my friend. Thank you for the birthday gift.
You're welcome. Happy birthday, brother.
We will absolutely share this very, very soon, I am sure.
Will. I got my cold fire.
Ooh.
I'm not done. See, I'm not done. It's my birthday. I'm not done.
Go, Shorty.
So I'm also.
It's your birthday.
I've also got. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Joey.
You're welcome.
There's me from the holiday party when I had a couple too many. So, if you haven't seen the holiday party video, you should go check it out. It's on our blog and on YouTube. So this is
fantastic.
This is our friends at Trapdoor in downtown Vancouver. This is the Glowed Up. This is one of my favorites. Love this beer as well. If you love hazy IPAs, this is one of the best in Vancouver. Go do yourself a favor and stop by old Trapdoor. They make fantastic beers down there. So,
yes, they do.
All right, I'm done. I'm out. I'm just going to go on mute, and I'm just going to watch the rest of the and drink.
Your birthday, Joey, man. You can do what you want.
Joey, show your beer again. Ooh, Kascadia Kolsch, 5440.
Yeah, Washougal, Washington.
That's so good.
In the house.
Right. 5440, man, they're such a great brewery.
They're awesome.
That Kölsch is amazing.
It's quite delicious.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it, as you can tell.
And how many fit in there? 12-ounce cans fit in there? There you go. Just so everybody understands, Joey came to play, and we appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome. Business over beer, buddy.
I'm having the cold fire indie batch, which is IPA, obviously.
Cold Fire out of Eugene, Oregon.
Yeah.
We had them once as an Angie's Mystery beer. We had the Tangle of Tigers IPA from Cold Fire.
Look at that, you guys.
Beautiful.
Knope, what are you having, buddy?
I'm having the Ghost Runner Pilsner again in my Pilsner glass.
All right,
Prost,
cheers.
Prost, guys.
Prost.
Happy hour to y'all.
Happy birthday, brother.
Happy hour. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday birthday, dear Jonathan. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
There you go. Man. I'm just overwhelmed.
Love it.
Spreading the love, man.
Hey, what else can we do, right?
Precisely.
That's awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
So, Joey, tell a little bit more about Elfin Services and what your role is within that.
All right. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm the agency administrator, and basically, I just kind of oversee operations, sort of manage the policies, the procedures, make sure that we're staying in compliance with Department of Health regulations, the Washington Administrative Code. So that's kind of my fun job, along with doing a little bit of care management here and there. So,
how many employees do you have? Like, how many people work in Elfin, like, all together? Do you know, like, a number?
Yeah. So we've got, roughly we've got a team of 11 administrative people who work in our office. And then we've probably got roughly about 40 caregivers, and that ranges from part-time to full-time. More caregivers than admin staff, that's for sure. So, but part of that admin team includes the care management side of the business. So a lot of people know that we do the home care services, but they don't necessarily know the care management side.
Mm-hmm.
But care management is essentially managing somebody's care. So coordinating services like PT or OT if somebody has a referral for it. Making sure that loved ones are getting to doctor's appointments.
Mm-hmm.
So wide variety of things.
And is it mostly elder care, or do you have people like that might just have other needs that are maybe younger or?
Yeah, I would say the demographic that we work with for the most part is the senior population. But, one of the benefits of caregiving and having the home care, it also works for people who need like respite.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody just had surgery, they just had their knee done or something. They need a few weeks at home. They need somebody to come in and help out. Caregivers are also trained to do that kind of stuff too. Help with therapy, exercises. And you'd be surprised. There are a lot of things that caregivers can do that are not necessarily senior specific. But I think because our aging population is growing so much that the need for senior care is certainly outweighing the care for younger adults.
You mentioned that you guys help get people to appointments. How has what's been going on affected that? Are you guys delayed in getting people to appointments, or are you still able to keep up with that? Fantastic question.
So we have closed the office we've been closed now for about 3 weeks. The office doors are closed, but we still, we're always available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But I will say on the care management side, that has definitely changed a lot. It's typically our care managers. They're the ones that pick people up and they transport them to medical appointments. But since most medical appointments have been canceled, the care managers are definitely not doing any sort of transportation of clients to appointments. And so, we've all kind of been hanging out like everybody else, doing the stay home and self-isolate, and but still taking phone calls and doing a lot of things sort of over email and phone.
Drinking beer and napping like Miss back there.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So
at least that's been my role for the most part.
I think I need a new motto.
There you go. So what is the impact then to both your clients, or the folks that you're giving care to? Also, what do you foresee as the impact to the business? Because obviously you all still have a business to run. In the near term, is there uncertainty around your business, or are you still able to run the business effectively? Just kind of talk a little bit about the impact of all of this current situation to sort of to the business all the way through to your clientele.
Yeah, definitely. Certainly it's had a slight impact on the business. and when I say that, I mean that we have had to, because we have closed the office, there are some administrative people that aren't necessarily working at the moment. But I think that for the most part, I'll say this. I don't think that it's really changed a whole lot. I think what it has done is it has made us realize that there are a lot of things that we all do remotely. And even though we're sort of doing it remotely most of the time anyways, I don't think that we really knew that we were doing that so much until we really closed the office doors and realized how well we were able to sort of function from virtual meetings or email or phone calls. You know, there have been clients who have decided to just suspend services for a few weeks just to kind of see how things are going to go, and they don't necessarily want to take the risk of having somebody come into their home. So they have suspended services, but I'll tell you, we have definitely been fairly busy in the last few weeks. There are still people that, you know, have been in the hospital for different reasons than COVID-19, and they're being discharged and they need to come home, or they need to go into a facility, but because of all of the concerns of what's going on inside facilities, the choice for them just happens to be that they'd like to go home for a while, to kind of see how things change and how things develop before they make the decision to move into one of the larger, like assisted living or nursing homes. So, so it's just been, again, it's been about really just making sure that we're following all the guidelines just like everybody else. I mean, we're certainly not special, but certainly just making sure that all of our caregivers feel supported and our clients know that we're paying attention to what's going on in our community, and all the things that we're doing to do our part to stay home, stay healthy, and practice all those precautions to hopefully prevent spread of the virus.
What are you doing? Like, what are you doing to help keep morale up at a time like this? I mean, it would seem like and especially in your industry, in your business and what you do, like morale has to be a priority. How are you keeping your employees morale up and saying, hey, keep fighting the fight? What techniques do you use?
Honestly, I think the number one thing for me really has been about communication, and making sure to reach out to your team and checking in with them. I mean, we've probably since we closed the office, you know, I've been making sure to reach out to the team at least every other day, just sending a quick, just checking in, hope you guys are doing well. And I think reminding them that these people really need us in a time of crisis, especially when not only do we assist people with activities of daily living, we offer a huge benefit of companionship. And I think that there are those people who have already been, say, self-isolating, and so they have a caregiver coming in to provide that social stimulation, that companionship. And you know, I know that there's a pandemic going on and there's a crisis, but I think reminding my team how special they are, and making sure they realize that they're special every other day, and that we're here for them. If there's anything that they need, just making sure that they know that they can reach out to us, and making sure to fill them full of factual information about what's really going on. And again, doing the right screenings. You know, if somebody's coming out of the hospital, you know, obviously one of our questions is, well, did they get the test for COVID-19? Yes, they did. Were they positive? Were they negative? They were negative. Okay. So, you know, just making sure that we're doing anything and everything we can to make sure that they feel supported. They know that we're thinking about them and that we can't stop but thank them for everything that they do, because these people really need them.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge. And you know, Kaylor, that reminds me, I always bring up the H2H experience, but it really is human to human, like Joey said, communication, and just what he said right there was perfect on what people should be doing, not just at work, but in just our community in general.
Yeah, I mean, and I think back to Lynn Sheehan was on one of our happy hour interviews, and he talked about one of the things that he said that was really impactful to me was, and Joe, you kind of touched on it, is filling people with factual information. Here is what we know to be true, but Lynn took it a step further and said, here is also what I don't know, and being very clear and intentional about the things that I don't know too, to remove any amount of uncertainty, to remove any amount of people reading into your communication in a manner in which it wasn't intended. You know, so it's you know, covering both sides of that coin so that people understand, okay, this is what they said, this is what they know, here's what they don't know, and they'll give me an update when they do know it. And making sure you're very clear on both sides of that. That was one of the takeaways from our interview with Lynn a few days ago.
That's a great takeaway. I mean, that is and I certainly don't know everything.
Yeah. How can you, right?
Yep. I'm learning as we go, and I'm certainly not a doctor. Just to keep back, I mean, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a medical professional in that sense. So, you know, I think like the takeaway is just you tell people what you know, and I think the other thing is feeling comfortable knowing that you're not going to know everything, but to do your damnedest to figure it out.
People in leadership positions often are scared about not having all the answers. What will my people think of me if I don't have all the answers? I'm the leader. And so there's this self-consciousness about that leads to poor communication, that leads to people misinterpreting what you say or what you do. And, you know, good leaders are very humble. Good leaders understand that, you know, we're human too. And just trying to have that human interaction and connect with people emotionally is the most important thing.
Agreed.
And the one thing I never even thought about with you, Joey, is that your caregivers, they want that connection with their people, and the fact that you keep reminding them every day, every other day, that you are important, and how that keeps their morale up, man, that really goes a long way. The more I think about it, because I would want to know from my employer that I'm wanted, I'm needed. Not only what I'm doing is important for my clients or my people that I'm taking care of, but for the other people that I work with. I mean, think about that. I mean, if I'm feeling blue and I see other coworkers that are feeling up, I might feel more upbeat or contact them and I want Joey to be on the show because I know I'm going to laugh my ass off.
Energy is contagious.
But I never thought of it that way. That was a really good point. I wanted to just give you those kudos on that particular part.
Well, thank you. I mean, that's about all I can do.
Well, and I can illustrate that point, Ben. My wife was out taking advantage of an essential service this week. I will not name the company or the location, but she was out doing some shopping for the house, and a couple of the employees were close together, side by side, whispering in each other's ear, and my wife heard them say, "One more thing and I'm out of here." Or if that happens one more time, I'm out of here, right? And it's like, you know, when you are, whether you're working for a grocery store or a healthcare facility or a mortgage brokerage, whatever it is that's been deemed essential for, you know, the day-to-day living of your community, it's the leader's responsibility to do exactly what you said, Joey, which is you are important, you are essential. This is a hard time, but you know what? Our customers, our patients, whatever it might be, are relying on us right now. And it's important that you understand that as an employee, as an essential employee right now. And it's not going to be easy. And so, you know, when you see the clear leadership, you know, people having that conversation, you are important. we thank you for the work that you're doing. Thanks for putting yourself in danger, whatever it might be, versus other frontline employees who are about to throw in the towel and you know, talking badly in front of customers. That's a very clear distinction about, you know, kind of illustrate your point, Ben.
A clear distinction of lack of support, you know, for all that they are doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, again, we're all scared. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have had my moments of, you know, you see all the funny videos online and oh gosh, I have a cough. I've got this dry cough. Oh no. Oh no. Did I pick something up at the grocery ran for supplies that one time? So I think again, just we're all a little scared. Nobody wants to get the virus. We're all doing our part. And I think, again, just making sure we all feel supported. And it comes down to, you know, our people are important. Our team is important. And I want to make sure that they know that we care a lot about them and we appreciate them for all that they do.
For sure.
Totally. Canope, what do you got?
Man, I'm just enjoying
drinking your pills?
Joey, what you guys do is amazing. You know, I had my grandma had to have care a while back, and I can't say enough for the services that you guys provide. It's incredible.
Well, thank you.
Well, Joe, we've got a few minutes left. I want to mention to all of the folks who are watching on live, if you have questions for us or for Joey, please feel free to chat them in. We will try to get to them. We're trying to moderate as best we can here. And I know
I'm chatty, so
yeah. And I know we were offline for a little bit. Appreciate everybody coming back to watch us again. But Joe, in the last few minutes, why don't you take some time and talk about the Sundown Squad? What is that, and why is that so important to you?
Awesome. Well, and I think that also ties into a bit about Elfin Services and what we do for, you know, the community as an agency. But you know, I think Sundown Squad, I'll kind of try to do my best to give you that 50,000. Ben knows this probably the most. I am a chatterbox. But I think that, so Sundown Squad kind of came from, you know, I did fiduciary work for a really long time back in 2005, and I did that for almost 12 years, moved over to the home care side. So I've always worked with seniors, but my love for my passion, I guess, for the Alzheimer's Association, Sundown Squad, and everything comes from some of that guardianship work that I did do. And I actually had a client who I was guardian for. She had Alzheimer's disease. And just sort of, that was really for me more of like that awakening moment of really having a close relationship with somebody who had the disease, sort of monitoring or seeing what was going on around her, in terms of the staff that provided the care for her, her family members, and sort of the way people treated her during this time that she had been diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's. And that experience for me was really what set off Sundown Squad. After I got done working with her, I came back to, she lives in New York, and I actually had to help her move back to New York State, Manhattan, and find housing and all that stuff for her. But basically, it was that made me think, there's something absolutely wrong with this. Her and I communicated well with one another. She was happy when she was around me. And I never had any of those behavior issues. I mean, I just never really experienced any of that when I was with her, and all these people continued to argue. And I thought to myself, something has to be done. There has to be somebody educating people about dementia and educating people on how to interact with someone with dementia. And then I realized, oh, wait, there's the Alzheimer's Association. And a good friend of mine who's an attorney in Portland, she actually sits on the leadership board for the chapter here in Oregon, Southwest Washington, which I also sit on the board. But she was the one who mentioned Sundown Squad. I knew it was something that I wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to get more involved with the Alzheimer's Association just because of what they do as an organization. And Longest Day is really a day all about love and doing what it is that you love to do. And so, anywhere from, you guys probably saw last year, we did multiple cornhole tournaments over at Heathen Brewery, or I should say Heathen Farrell Public House. So we did a lot of different fundraisers from that. And then we have our huge, we have a summertime block party at Esther Short Park, which I know Bill mentioned that last night on June 5th. I've fingers crossed that the city's not going to cancel that. Because for me, that block party is a huge awareness campaign. It's an event that brings, for me, it's really about bringing the community together and raising the awareness that dementia exists, and people need to learn more about what dementia is, including I know Bill talked about dementia being umbrella, and then there's Alzheimer's, which, again, Alzheimer's disease being the most prevalent. So, again, really raising that awareness just so people understand that dementia exists. It's not getting any better. We all need to do something. There are local nonprofits that are doing things like Bill with Hope Dementia support groups. They do support groups, and those are huge. I facilitate a support group for the Alzheimer's Association as well, but not enough people know that this disease exists. Not enough people know that the disease is the 6th leading cause of death. And until we start raising more awareness about it, and that's really what the block party is to unite everybody to show that we're here about this disease, and we're here to find an end to Alzheimer's and other dementias. So that's kind of how Sundown Squad all came to be, and here we are several years later. It's our 4th block party, our 4th annual block party. So it's our
awesome
4th year in a row.
That's awesome, man.
Well,
we appreciate that.
Yeah, we will certainly link to the block party in the show notes and the blog post that comes out for this episode. For a variety of reasons, mental health has kind of become something that's really important to this show, to each one of us individually, again, for a variety of reasons. And so having you on to talk about these difficult diseases and to raise awareness so people understand kind of, what it's all about. We're happy that you came on to do that. Whatever we can do to support you and what you're doing, we really appreciate it, man.
Thank you very much. Well, having me on, celebrating with your birthday, good enough for me.
Well, awesome. I mean, this is, man, I couldn't ask for a better birthday guest. So every April 2nd, man, you are it. Cheers to you, my friend. I wish we had more time. We will certainly we'll get you back on when things get back to normal. We'd love to hear more about your origin story and kind of where you got your start. But unfortunately, we got to leave it there for now.
Understood. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for having me on. I'll leave you with my end alls.
Yes,
I love it.
Fantastic. If people want to find out more about Elfin Services or Sundown Squad, where would you like to send people?
So actually they can go to elfinservices.com. So that's ELFIN services.com. And two, if anybody's kind of wondering what it is that we're doing as an agency about COVID-19, there's actually a whole section on our website that's dedicated to just that and what we're doing to do our part.
Awesome. Yeah, Joey, thank you. Letting people know that they're not alone dealing with this is huge, and that's what you're doing. You and Bill both. We appreciate you guys, and
well, Bill's my caregiver, bro. So
I know. You guys are awesome. Canope, if people want to find out more about business over beer, where do they go?
Well, they can go to bizoverbeer.com, BIZoverbeer.com. And they can find all the social media sites we're on. They can listen to streaming audio of our podcasts there as well. And they can even find out a little bit more info about our birthday boy, Kaler, if they want to, on there on the About page.
What?
Yes, sir. I will be there. Oh, there he is again.
I love it. I love that, dude.
What an ending.
That could be me later, man. I might replace that with my Sprecher shirt. Passed out in the corner here.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Kaler, happy birthday, brother.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
Joey, thank you for coming on. Canope, thank you for being you. And thank you, everybody who watched twice. We love you guys.
Business Over Beer reminds you to always drink responsibly. Our theme song is Alley Cat by Soul Shifters. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the next Business Over Beer Happy Hour.